All right, buckle up, everybody, because we are diving headfirst into a topic that's sending ripples through the tech world.
Big waves, you might even say. Tsunami level stuff, maybe.
Yeah, you could say that. You sent us a ton of stuff, articles, presentations. You even dug up a YouTube video with Satya Nadella himself.
The Microsoft CEO?
Exactly, and he's making a pretty bold statement.
Sats is dead.
That's right, dead. So is software as we know it about to go extinct? Are we all going to be living in some kind of, like, digital stone age? I doubt it, but that's what we're here to figure out.
Yeah, we're going to untangle this whole thing.
I'll try. And by the way, this whole SaaS is dead thing, it's not just Nadella saying it. There's this company, GPT Mates, and they're jumping right into the fray.
Yeah, they're making a splash with their AI coworkers.
Supercharged teams with AI coworkers. That's their slogan. Catchy, right?
It is, and it kind of makes you wonder, what exactly is an AI coworker?
Good question. I guess that's where this whole conversation as a service thing comes in.
Yeah, K-per-S. It's their big thing.
But let's back up for a second.
Yeah, where did Nadella come up with SaaS is dead anyway? What's he actually trying to say here?
Well, Romain Shelmay, the COO of GPT Mates, wrote this really interesting piece where he argues that Nadella isn't saying software is going away completely. It's more like the way we use it, that's what's changing.
Okay, so the way we interact with software is evolving, but how?
Think about it this way. You've got all these different apps, right?
Ton.
And each one has its own interface, its own way of doing things.
And they don't always play nicely together.
Exactly. And that's where, according to Nadella, the problem lies. He uses Microsoft Excel as an example.
Oh, yeah.
He says that with AI and stuff like Python integration, Excel's not just a spreadsheet anymore. It's more like this powerful tool that can practically think for itself.
So instead of spending hours fiddling with formulas and macros,
you could just tell Excel what you want it to do. Like, hey, Excel, can you analyze this data and tell me which products are selling best? And it just does it.
that would be amazing. I spend way too much time wrestling with spreadsheets.
Me too. It's like a constant battle. So imagine a world where interacting with software is more like having a conversation.
That's the CaaS idea, right?
Right.
GPT Mates is all about that.
Right. But how would that actually work? How do you have a conversation with an app?
Well, that's where those AI coworkers come in.
So instead of clicking around at a bunch of different apps, you just tell your AI coworker what you need to get done, and it would handle everything across all those different systems.
Exactly. And I think Shomei puts it really well in his piece. He says, conversation becomes the interface. It is the most effective human interaction, much more so than application interfaces. It's about making technology work more like the way we naturally communicate.
It definitely sounds like a radical shift. I mean, is it even possible to build something like that?
Yeah, is this all just hype, or is there real substance to this conversation as a service model?
I guess that's what we're here to find out.
One thing that really stood out to me in GPT Mate's pitch was this whole idea of breaking down data silos.
Oh yeah, those silos are a pain.
A huge pain. Right now, you've got all these different apps hoarding information like it's going out of style.
And good luck trying to get them to share.
Exactly. It's like each app is its own little island.
And you're stuck paddling a canoe between them, desperately trying to piece together a coherent picture.
Yeah, and who's got time for that? But with this CaaS model, your AI mate would act like a bridge between all those islands. It would gather information from all your apps and put it together in a way that actually makes sense.
So instead of me having to go into my CRM,
Yeah.
then my marketing platform, then my project management tool,
You could just ask your AI mate, hey, give me a rundown on Project X.
and it would pull all the relevant information from all those different sources and give you a comprehensive overview.
Yep, just like that.
Wow. That would save so much time and hassle.
Absolutely. Think about it. No more jumping between apps, no more copying and pasting data, no more trying to remember where you saved that crucial file.
It sounds almost too good to be true. But let's say for argument's sake that it actually works. What kind of impact could this have on, actual business outcomes?
Well, GPT Mates claims CaaS can lead to increased efficiency, revenue boosts, and even better problem solving.
Increased efficiency. I get less time wasted means more work gets done.
Yeah.
But how does this translate to more revenue?
Imagine your sales team using AI mates.
Okay.
These mates could analyze customer data, look for patterns, even suggest strategies for closing deals, all in real time.
So it's like having a superpowered sales assistant whispering in your ear.
Exactly, guiding you every step of the way, making sure you're always one step ahead. And when you're working with that kind of personalized, data-driven approach, you're bound to close more deals. Happy customers, more sales, more revenue.
Makes sense. But it can't all be sunshine and roses, right? What about the potential downsides of relying so heavily on AI?
You're right, it's not all perfect. I mean, building these AI agents is no walk in the park. It's complex stuff. And then there's the whole issue of data security and privacy. Can we trust these AI mates with sensitive information?
And what about the people whose jobs could be automated by these AI coworkers? What happens to them?
It's a valid concern. And to be fair, GPT Mates does address that in their presentations. They say this transition won't happen overnight and that AI mates are designed to work with humans, not replace them entirely.
It's like that whole debate about automation in general, right?
Mm.
Are we creating tools that make us more powerful, or are we making ourselves obsolete?
It's a big question, and I don't think there's an easy answer.
And it's not just about jobs, right? There are ethical questions too. Like, how do we make sure these AI agents are used responsibly? How do we prevent bias?
Oh, absolutely. We can't just blindly embrace this technology without thinking through the potential consequences.
We need to set some ground rules, make sure we're using this stuff for good.
Exactly. And on a practical level, there's the question of scalability. Can this CaaS model work for businesses of all sizes, or is this just something for the big players with deep pockets?
Yeah, I imagine building and trading these AI mates would be pretty expensive.
It would, but that's where the idea of an AI marketplace comes in. Some people think we'll see something like an app store for AI. You could just go and download a pre-built AI agent for whatever task you need.
So instead of having to create your own AI mate from scratch,
You could just grab one off the shelf. Like, I need an AI mate that can handle my social media and another one for customer support.
it's like choosing software, but for AI. Interesting. So we've looked at Nadella's SaaS is dead statement, and we've explored GPT Mate's vision for CaaS. We've talked about the potential benefits, and we've touched on some of the challenges. What's your overall take on this whole thing? Is SaaS is dead just a catchy headline? Or are we really witnessing a paradigm shift in how we interact with software?
It's fascinating to think about, right? All these potential changes to how we work.
It is. But we've been focusing so much on business, it makes me wonder, could this cachet-esque stuff impact other parts of our lives too? Like healthcare, education, even the arts.
I think it absolutely could. I mean, imagine healthcare with AI mates. Patients could have their own AI medical assistants, answering questions, scheduling appointments, even giving personalized advice.
No more waiting on hold forever with your doctor's office.
Exactly. No more navigating those frustrating phone trees. Your AI mate could handle all that.
But would it be safe?
Oh.
Healthcare is pretty serious stuff. You don't want an AI giving out bad medical advice.
Oh, for sure. That's where the training comes in. These AI mates would need to be trained on mountains of data and constantly updated with the latest information. Plus, they'd need to know when to flag something for a human doctor.
So they're like assistants, not replacements.
Right. They free up doctors and nurses to focus on the really complex cases.
And it's not just healthcare, right? Think about education. AI tutors could tailor lessons to each student's needs.
Exactly. Personalized learning for everyone.
Kids could learn at their own pace, and they wouldn't have to feel embarrassed about needing extra help.
And the AI tutor could give them encouragement along the way, keep them motivated.
Wow. It's kind of mind-blowing to think about. What about creative fields, like art and music?
We're already seeing AI being used in those areas. Imagine an AI mate that could help artists brainstorm ideas, suggest techniques, even help bring those ideas to life.
So it's not about humans versus machines. It's more like humans and machines working together.
Exactly. Collaboration and augmentation, that's what we're talking about. CaaS isn't about replacing people. It's about making us better, more efficient, more creative, ultimately more fulfilled.
It's a pretty inspiring vision.
Yeah.
But we've got to be careful, right? We've talked about the potential pitfalls. How do we make sure this technology is used responsibly and ethically?
You're absolutely right. We need rules, guidelines, safeguards. We need to be having serious conversations about the potential impact of AI on society. And we need to make sure everyone benefits from this technology, not just the select few.
It's a lot to think about. This whole deep dive has been a wild ride. Nadella's statement, GPT Mate's vision, the possibilities, the risks. CaaS is a game changer. That much is clear. But whether it's for better or worse, well, that's still up for debate.
I think that's a good way to put it. The future of CaaS is still being written, but the choices we make today will determine what that future looks like. Let's make sure it's a future where AI empowers us, not diminishes us.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap things up for today. We've explored a lot, and hopefully we've given you plenty to ponder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Callias and the potential end of SaaS as we know it.